Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 78 of the Local to Global series. Now I've changed up my microphone position just so it's essentially a little bit closer to my face, so it might be a little bit louder, but I'm just going to try and maybe tone my voice down a little bit more. I'll probably seem a little bit more relaxed because I won't have to try and pronunciate my words as clearly. It's kind of just a test episode. Let me know what you guys think of the potential change. Again, you might not even notice, to be honest, and that would kind of be ideal because it just makes recording these episodes a little bit easier for me. Anyway, we are starting fresh, the year 2025. So we'll start off pretty much just getting straight into it because we kind of wrapped off 2024, I think, pretty well in that last episode. Obviously, going forward, I've got my little storyline plan here as well on the paper there. We've got eight different storylines, so hopefully we'll actually be able to do all 8 of them for this month. Of course, one of them being Storm Spillane versus Marvin Malloy did actually carry over as well. And then, of course, we also had the Aristocrats, who essentially became the #1 contenders I think 2 episodes ago. We also have Yuta Sono taking on Jack Jackson as well. Of course, Yuta winning a Battle Royale, making himself #1 contender. Yeah, they're still not going to be able to do that. See, part of me... Robbie Griff... Oh, okay, never mind. For some reason, I just really confused myself for a second then. I thought Robbie Griffin was with CWA as well, but he was actually with ACPW. Anyway, there we go. Nadia Snow. Big signing. That is very big. That's completely going to transform the women's division there as well, which is really cool to see. Anyway, let's get into the show. We also have the injury to Aldous Blackfriar. So I think what I'm going to do for this month, because I was going to have him involved in a storyline, but because of that injury that he picked up due to the Giant Brody botch, which Giant Brody will be punished for with a storyline this month, we've taken a nice L. But basically, all this we're gonna start the storyline for him, but it's gonna culminate at the following pay-per-view. So we go to our events here. This month, obviously, we've got Everything Changes, and then I think Brutal Vengeance is actually it's a pretty fitting title, I think, for what's essentially going to happen in that storyline. And I almost think that storyline has the potential to actually main event the show. It's kind of going to be, or it has been, probably the longest storyline that we've been running in the company. Obviously, that's going to be Aldous Blackfriar versus Aussie Darkstein. And of course, that match will kind of be stipulated for Goldstein, the Goldstein name, to come back as well. So that's my thought process on that. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want a non-world title main event? We could potentially do something else with guys like Jackpot and Logan Davis, who... It was essentially going to be Logan versus whoever the champion will be, whether it be Davis or Jackpot. So it was either going to be one of those two that he was going to get his rematch clause for. Yeah, maybe we change it up. Maybe we do that in March potentially instead. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Anyway, we're going to do this real quick. With me moving my microphone, I've actually... don't really have, clear access to my keyboard anymore. So, it'll be interesting. Anyway, we're trying to meddle now between Brody and Aldous, and that is unsuccessful. Alright, so, storylines. Let's fix all these up first. This one's pretty easy, the tag title storyline. We simply just have to remove Harper Swole and Public Enemy, and then we've got the Texas Express taking on the Aristocrats as well. That'll be a decent little title match again. We're going to sort of continue the mini push, I guess, that we started 2 episodes ago with James Chester and Spencer Edmund. Fractures in the Darkness will be changed, so let's go number 1 contender. We'll take Aldous out of that. Fractures in the Darkness, we'll add Aldous into this one. I think we'll leave all 3 in there. Not too sure if we're going to do anything with Mutant over the TV shows, but we might. So we'll leave it at that. New Kid on the Block's going to stay, obviously. Number 1 contender. I feel like we can just end this one, to be honest, because it's not really necessary for us not to end that one, because we've already got our number 1 contender, and then we've already got the next number 1 contender as well, being Logan and his rematch clause as well. So that one's pretty simple. We do have the Canadian title already. We can actually just remove Graham out of that one, remove Patriot out of there as well. We'll go to this storyline. Yeah, this one can probably end as well, if we're being honest. Yeah, we'll end that one as well. Because Mobstar's not really going to do anything. We might put him into a few sort of maybe stable matches or whatever. We might even just keep him on the pre-show for this month. Because he's not really gonna be involved too much. So yeah, we need to add Jack back into this one. 29 years old now, so he's sort of starting to come into that sort of prime area for a wrestler. Alright, what else? Obviously, we've got the women's match. Basically, just going to be another rematch between Amber and Laura Flame. We might actually remove both of them and then add them in, because they both have fantastic storyline momentum. So we maybe want to try. Basically, if you take them out of a storyline when they're fantastic success level, it gives them a big boost in momentum. So doing that, hopefully they both have white hot momentum now, and we can sort of start to try and build that back up as well. It's good to see pretty much like everyone in this storyline has relatively good sort of success levels, which is very cool. Old Faithful, I think we'll keep the name, but Maddie Faith will be taken out because he's going to be involved with somebody else. And we're going to add in Giant Brody. So Giant Brody's going to take on Tommy Cornell. And they both actually have about the same popularity at the moment. I think Tommy has 82 and Brody has 81, I think. So it's kind of a perfect match. And obviously we want to punish Brody a little bit as well. So yeah. Anyway, the next thing I just wanted to quickly check is David Stone real quick. So he's at 89 popularity. Okay, this will work. So our next big storyline is going to be called what will we call it? I was going to go let's call it this. The introduction of a megastar. Obviously, megastar, you pretty much know who it's going to be. It's Aaron Knight, and he's kicking things off, well, he's going to be kicking things off very big, taking on David Stone, sort of the biggest up-and-comer in Canada. So I like this storyline. Hopefully, this storyline will be able to sort of elevate David Stone above that 90 in-ring performance that he can't seem to get at the moment. He seems to get like 88s, 89s pretty much all the time, which is good because it's, consistent. But we want him to really break through into the true star that he is. What have we got? I probably should have ticked these off. Unified World Title, take Logan out of this one. We need to add in the GOAT himself. New number 1 contender, Davis Wayne Newton. Love that. And then finally, we've just got one more storyline, I think. Yes. One more storyline. And it's just going to be called Gotta Have Faith. And it's pretty simple. Matty Faith. And he's going to be taking on a pretty angry and pretty pissed off Logan Wolfsbane. And I mean, we've got some really good matchups for this month. Maybe even too good to an extent. And again, we're still not even using guys like Mobstar. Who else? I'm trying to think. We've got such a big roster now that it is really hard to think. We're not using Aldous either at the pay-per-view, so that'll be a strange one. And then again, we're also not kind of using a lot of our tag teams, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, anyway, there are storylines. I think they look pretty good. So let's start booking the show here. I think we want to have, let me just double check, so Storm is not back. I wonder if I could actually just book an angle. Can Storm just not appear? Okay, he can't actually appear. Alright, what I will do, let's try and book the main event first, because that's pretty important. But basically, I think it's going to be I don't want to say it's repetitive, but I want to have Davis take on Princeton Price, because Princeton was involved in that, was it the 99, I think it was. So I want to see if we can try and replicate that. And obviously Princeton is kind of going to be doing the bidding of his current leader for Wall Street Enterprises, the current Unified World Champion as well, we should add. So I think that'll be our main event. We'll have an angle before it with Jackpot onto Davis. Actually, we'll go both of them. We'll go Princeton, Jackpot onto Davis, but Davis will be off screen. And I kind of want to see how this will go. It's a little bit of a test for Princeton Price. We know he can speak, so you know we're not exactly risking anything, shall we say? But it'll just be an interesting angle, to say the least. Anyway, now that that's done, we want to have, yeah, we're gonna have the debut of our newest stable. I need to quickly get up something on the other screen, because it's the new stable name. All right, perfect. It's maybe a little bit confronting, the new stable name, because obviously it's kind of relating to Yakuza, and obviously the Yakuza are a pretty brutal gang in Japan. But I feel like it's kind of fitting for the character that Yutaro Sono plays. He, in my opinion, and the way that I see him, I do really see him as it's sort of like a gang leader, like a gang boss, or at least like maybe not the leader, but maybe like the sort of like a lieutenant. So second in charge, you know, really cocky, really arrogant. Sort of knows that he can't be touched, otherwise, you know, bad things will happen. So I really like putting him as that. He's obviously going to start as the leader, but we might actually try and bring someone else in that's a bit more senior to actually play the true leader role. But for now, we'll add in the new stable. And for now, I think Utah will be the leader for now. And then we need, where is he? Sumiyuki, and we need Toshiaka. Where is he? There he is. So these two are going to be just members. And then I guess once we find a proper leader, we'll make him the deputy or the heir. Probably the heir. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, it's going to be called Gakudo, and I'm pretty sure that's basically the Japanese name for Yakuza. So I didn't want to just call them Yakuza. I was thinking maybe Gakudo Club, but I think Gakudo sounds pretty good. So we're just going to go with that. We're going to run with that. Add in our new stable. I would have liked to have actually gotten the the little pronunciation. There's a little pronunciation thing that goes over the O. It just kind of makes it look a little bit cooler, but it doesn't seem to have come over. Alrighty, so then that's pretty much sorted. So what we're going to actually do here is we're going to try and do this. This is going to be tough. Actually, no, we'll do it a different way. So I also need to add them as a tag team. I forgot to do that as well. So we'll do that as well. Real quick, add new team. And it is the Amazing Bandits. So Toshiaka first. And then Sumiyuki Samura. Amazing Bandits. I mean, the Amazing Bandits, their name literally fits pretty well with Gokudo as well. You know, the fact that they're bandits. You know, obviously Yakuza is a gang. Very, very heavily related in crime. It just really works overall. And they've got 100 experience as well, so hopefully they'll have a tag team specialist bonus as well. That'd be pretty sweet. Alright, now we can book the first match. So 3-on-3, 6-man tag, and we're going to have Osono teaming up for the first time. We'll give them an angle as well, because Osono can obviously speak pretty well. So Osono, the Amazing Bandits, are going to take on the Texas Express, and they're going to take on... I think we'll go for Tavon. Just makes a little bit more sense, because we don't exactly want to have... Well, actually, maybe we could go the opposite way. You know what? We will go this way. I wasn't going to use Jackson, but we haven't really used Jackson on TV recently, and he does have 70 popularity now, so he's looking pretty damn good, is what I'm trying to say. So we'll have him in there. I guess what we can do with that being the case, we'll give Jackson the win. We'll give Toshiaka the loss. But it will be tainted. Do we need to script it? I don't think we need to script it, so we can call that one. We'll go tainted. Interference onto, I guess, Toshiaka makes the most sense by Tavon. So Tavon will get involved, cost them the match, but it will be tainted. So they'll still look pretty damn cool in the meantime. So there's Gokudo making the Gokudo gun. I don't know. I wanted to put gun in there just to I don't know, I guess kind of simulate a sort of Yakuza Bullet Club type thing. Because, you know what? We won't put it in there, because I think it looks better without it, to be honest. And they're really going to be focused on the Japanese culture and stuff like that. Or at least, you know, some of the maybe bad parts about it. So with that said, we're going to go in a Sono angle with both Sumiyuki. I can look at my keyboard here. It's pretty frustrating, but you know what? It actually feels so much better having the microphone literally. I don't know. You guys can't obviously see it, but it's right there. There we go. And it feels good. It really does to have it right in front of my face for once. So we'll go success there. We'll actually put it on to Jackson. Who'll be off screen. But here we have the formation of Gokudo. Chuck a capital letter in there. So we've got the formation of Gokudo. Yuta is going to take the Canadian title. All right, I like that. That's a good way to. I mean, we can probably start the show off with that being our opening. I mean, it's literally, it's a new year, fresh new stable. And we're kicking things off with the Canadian title. I like it. All right, other things we need to do. Let's have, I think I want to have a match between Laura and Erin Gray. This will be a little bit of frustration from Laura coming out. But this one's going to be really interesting. And I'll tell you why. Well, I'll show you why while I'm booking it. So what's going to happen is it's going to be payback. So it's going to be an interesting form of payback, shall we say. So Aaron Gray is going to win. Now, it's going to be an open, old match. It's going to be a tainted win. It's going to be interference onto Laura Flame, this time by Amber Allen. So Amber's going to get involved. She's going to cost Laura the match. So Aaron Gray is going to have a victory over the current women's champion. And of course, Amber Allen essentially doing to Laura what Laura did to her with Aaron at the last, well, not at the last pay-per-view, but the pay-per-view before that. And I'm really trying to, we need to keep her strong as well. To make sure I do that. Just in case. But there we go. Obviously, non-title match. She's extremely unhappy. Can we protect her? Can we just... I just want to get away with her taking a loss. Yes, okay, perfect. That's really going to work out in our favor. All right, so for this angle, we need Laura. We'll go Doc in there as well, and then we also need Aaron Gray on screen. Actually, I think we can have all three speaking as well. But success for only Laura and Doc, because they basically say that they're going to get their revenge tonight in their match. And we all know how that happens. Does not go down the way they think it's going to go down. But I do like it. I do like that angle. Hopefully, the angle and the match, even though it's protected and strong, should hopefully boost Aaron Gray up to 60 pop. Would be decent. I know that's asking a lot. That's 7 points from one show. You never know. It might be possible. It's a big win, and I mean Laura has decent popularity as well. Okay. Now, I wanted to do an angle for Marvel, but we'll save that for next show because Storm's not even here, so it doesn't really matter. And I think Marvel by himself, he's only got about 40-something popularity. Let me quickly check here. Marvel. He's only got 30. He's only got 30 pop in Canada. Yikes, that's pretty bad, especially for him having a... Maybe I need to just give him some wins. Who can he verse? I really don't know. Maybe... Can't really go Robin. We could maybe go Willie LaRue, but are the fans going to be sort of turned off by that? Probably. All we might have to do instead is just do like a random 6-man again. But this time we'll actually give the victory to the sort of heel team. So let's go like this. Let's go Hernandez, because we don't really use Hernandez much. I kind of feel bad. So Hernandez, Marvel, and then maybe Robin DeLay. Kind of mentioned him before. If I can't find anyone, he might be the option. I mean, I could have gone Brody. Oh, Graham. We can go Graham. Gets Graham a victory. You know, he's got those really bad morale issues, so hopefully we can sort those out. What we will do is have them go against... I honestly don't know who to have them go against. Maybe the Puerto Rican boys, but then again, I mean, Island Boys got pretty good popularity. Let's go the Puerto Rican boys, and then let's go for Shooting Star Perez. He can jump on TV as well. We can make this the storytelling match as well. But let's give Marvel the win. I don't really care who loses, and it needs to be scripted as well. There we go. I mean, that should be pretty good. We can just dump that somewhere in the middle. Up next, let's have Let's go like this. I want to give David Stone a singles match against someone. Let's go. Trying to think. Maybe David Stone versus Tommy Cornell. Pretty big match to do on TV, but I think we'll do it anyway because it's going to play into the building of this next storyline. So Tommy's going to get the win. We'll keep David strong as well. Can be called, and it'll be decisive. But during the match, we're going to have a distraction. So David Stone's going to be distracted by Aaron Knight on debut. And I think that's a pretty good way of implementing Aaron Knight. So he doesn't actually just like make a proper distraction. That's not what I'm aiming for with that distraction note. Basically, he's going to just come down to the ring, and being Aaron Knight, you know, the fans would just be, they'd be going out of their mind. As you would, you know, assume. He's got 100 popularity. They'd be going absolutely crazy. From CWA, you know, start of the new year, and they get Aaron Knight. David Stone obviously not going to be too happy about that. So therefore, he's going to get distracted and be like, what the hell are you doing here? Tommy Cornell, being the veteran that he is, going to use it to capitalize, get a big victory over David Stone, and then David Stone's going to be left looking pretty silly and pretty angry as well. I think that's just the perfect way. And then what we can do after that is have a confrontation between both of them as well. And we'll just go a double entertainment. I mean, that angle is bound to get a 100. So that one will be the introduction of a megastar, nice and easy. And that'll go after the Tommy David Stone match. Okay, I feel like we've got a good show brewing here, especially to start off the new year. I'm just thinking what else we kind of need to do. I mean, Brody hasn't been used, and he is involved with Tommy Cornell. Just trying to think. I mean, we don't have to do anything this episode for Brody. This, like, it's not exactly necessary. What we can do is maybe just have let's have a tag team match here. I want to have Maddie Faith team up with Charlie Corner. And they can just take on a random team. They can just take on Job Squad, to be honest. No one else that really stands out there, to be fair. So yeah, there we go. Nice and easy. We'll give Charlie Corner the win. Charlie can call now, can't he? Yeah, he can. 65 psychology. So good. Alright, that's just an easy win there. And then I think what we'll do with that as well is we'll just give Maddie Faith an angle where he I guess he can just issue an open challenge for anyone at the pay-per-view. For anyone at the pay-per-view. And then, of course, we'll have an angle on the next show as well. This one can just be him by himself. All right, we need to reduce a little bit of time. So what I will do is we'll take 2 minutes off this angle because it's only mid-carders and essentially below mid-card. Then we only need 1 more minute. We can take the minute away from the random 3v3. That's perfectly fine. All right, I like that. We're going to borrow some more women. We'll borrow Bernice as per usual. And then we'll borrow Dawn. I don't think Dawn's really been up much, to be honest. So we'll get those two on the pre-show. Let's just have Air Raid Siren and Amy St. James take them on. Because these two are kind of like our young jobbers on the actual main roster. So we want them to be winning some matches and getting, or at least keeping some momentum. But then the other women have something to essentially take off them as well. It's perfect. And then we'll just go like another, we'll go a 4v4, just chuck pretty much whoever's left, really. Let's go, I want to use the Griffins, so let's go the Griffin family. They can take on the Aristocrats. Let's actually go for like proper tag teams. We didn't use Davis or Jackpot on that show either, so I'll have to have them. Well, we used Davis. Well, actually, we did. What am I talking about? We have used them in match and an angle. Anyway, let's go the Griffin family and the LA Stars taking on the Aristocrats and the team of Young and Wasted. Potentially, yeah, why not? That should be a good match. Getting 4 tag teams out there. I think we'll give Mark Griffin the win. Probably got the most popularity in the entire match as well, so makes the most sense. Angry be the road agent, and there we go. All right, let's run the show. So we start off with a 45 rated women's tag team match where we have Air Raid Siren and Amy St. James defeating Bernice Bonner and Dawn Lawler in 10:01 when Air Raid Siren pinned Bernice with a top rope leg drop. Obviously, Bernice was the weak link there, and of course, still visibly tiring. But Dawn Lawler with a 34. Very impressive. Very impressive. All right, we then go to the second pre-show match, the big 8-man tag, and we get a 73 for this one with our 4 different tag teams getting involved. We have the Griffin family and the LA Stars defeating the Aristocrats and Young and Wasted in 12:30 when Mark Griffin pinned James Chester with a swinging side slam. And then, yeah, Chester was the weak link of this one. But still, I mean, a weak link is still only a 50, so I'm actually happy with that. Also, Robbie Griffin getting better at his gimmick. I think was it Robbie? Was it Robbie or was it Mark that had the poor gimmick? I can't remember which one it was. It was Mark. I really wish that was Mark that had the bit getting better at his gimmick note. That would have been so much better. Anyway, it is what it is. We move on. All right, we kick off the first TV show of Coalition Wrestling for the year of 2025, and we have a new stable debuting. We get a 59 rated angle here for the formation of Gokudo. We have Yuta being the leader of this new faction, new stable, and he says that he's going to take the Canadian title away from Jack Jackson. We still have Deanna Desire. I mean, she can still be with Asono. That's perfectly fine. She's not actually going to do any talking for him anymore. I think we put her with him way back in the day because he couldn't speak English properly. Obviously now he can, so it's kind of pointless for her to be helping him. Anyway, I don't really know who else would actually need a manager. I mean, who can't speak on our roster? Graham Gorman? Yeah, I mean, it could maybe work. Anyway, we move into the 6-man tag, sort of stable warfare, if you will, and we get a 69 rated match where we have Gokudo versus the Jackson Protection Agency. And we do indeed have the Jackson Protection Agency defeating Gokudo on their debut. They defeat them in 11:59 when Jack Jackson pinned Toshiaka Katani with an implant DDT following interference from Tavon Blake Jr. So yeah, cheating. Interesting that the Protection Agency, obviously it's kind of heel versus heel, but these guys would probably be considered less of a heel in this sort of scenario because they're obviously just debuting. They look pretty damn cool. And we know what the Protection Agency is all about. Tavon getting involved, costing them the match. It is what it is. All right, we then move into the 100 rated Maddie Faith angle. And we have Maddie Faith issuing an open challenge for anyone at the pay-per-view. And as you can see, clearly having enjoying having the freedom to go off script. And we'll have to wait and see who actually accepts that challenge. But obviously, we do know that it's going to be Logan Wolfsbane getting involved. And yeah, Logan's going to be, well, he's obviously pretty pissed off the fact that he lost his title at the last pay-per-view at the end of the year, final chapter. So as a result of that, he's going to be looking for some, well, at least looking to let out a bit of steam. And Matty Faith might have issued the wrong challenge, let's just say. Anyway, we go into sort of a random tag team match. I wasn't really expecting to do this one, but we get a 77 out of it. And we have Matty Faith and Charlie Corner defeating Job Squad in 11:49 when Charlie Corner pinned Bowden Snoop with a corner cutter. And yeah, Matty Faith carrying the match. Interestingly enough, Bowden Snoop and Robin Newman got a tag team specialist bonus there as well. Okay, I like that. Also getting a 91 in-ring there from Matty Faith. Pretty cool. All right, we then go straight into a 74 rated singles match where we have Tommy Cornell defeating David Stone in 9:54 by submission with a guilt trip. And then during the match, we also had Aaron Knight make his spectacular megastar debut. And obviously, that distraction essentially caused David Stone to lose the match. Albeit it was decisive. It's hard to say because it's obviously a decisive loss, right? But it's only decisive because David got distracted, but it wasn't like a pure distraction to try and help Tommy win the match. So that's kind of the way that I see it. And obviously, Tommy locking him in the guilt trip, and then it's too late for David Stone, and he has to tap out. And yeah, we got Aaron Knight debuting the A-Game gimmick, getting an initial rating of great, so that's a positive start. Hopefully we can boost that up to a legendary gimmick. Speaking of gimmicks, we've got Tommy Cornell actually getting better at his gimmick, which is very nice to see. And then we've got pros and cons. Perfect. That is the perfect pro that we could get for Aaron Knight's gimmick. Very marketable gimmick. Will sell a lot more merchandise than usual. Perfection. Okay, we then move into it's only a 91. Interesting. I thought this was going to be a guaranteed 100. So I'm kind of a little bit, I don't want to say shocked, but just maybe a little bit surprised, really. But yeah, we have Aaron Knight. David Stone essentially confronts Aaron Knight. Aaron Knight, he's all smiles, very happy to be here. Says that he's going to take the coalition by storm. He wants to become the unified world champion. And that's what he's got his sights set on for 2025. Yeah, and I guess David, at the end of the angle, can probably challenge him to a match at the pay-per-view Everything Changes. So there we go. It's a 91. It's still pretty good, but I don't know. I automatically assumed that it would be a 100. All right, we then go into a totally random 6-man tag. Get a 60 rated match for this one, where we have Mainstream Hernandez, Marvin Malloy, and Graham Gorman defeating Shooting Star Perez and the Puerto Rican Boys in 11:21, and Marvel pinned Kid San Juan with a Marvel breaker. It's a good match. It's an okay match. I mean, literally everyone in this match is a mid-carder. So, well, I say mid-carder, Shooting Star Perez and Marvel, kind of on the lower mid-card side, if we're being honest. Yeah, I want to try and build up that popularity before the pay-per-view. So Marvel, I don't know, at least stands a fighting chance against Storm. I think Storm's got like 70 popularity, so it's very strange. All right, we then go into the women's angle. We get a 72 for this one. All 3 members of this angle rated on entertainment as well. We have Laura Flame and Doc Hammond. They essentially confront Erin Gray about her loss at the pay-per-view, essentially gifting Amber Allen another title shot for Laura's women's title. Doc's very upset. Basically books a match, sort of without maybe Laura's permission, and he puts Erin Gray up against Laura Flame, non-title match, so Laura can get a little bit of her aggression out, per se, that she's going to be facing Amber for a 3rd time. Yeah, 72 is pretty good, actually, considering Erin's a little bit on the low side of popularity, so like I said, happy with that. If we can get her up, I know I said 7 points would be perfect, but maybe 4 or 5 would be really, really good coming out of this first TV show. Their match is pretty insane. We get an 80 rated match here, non-titled as well. We have Erin Gray pulling off a massive, massive upset, defeating the current champion Laura Flame in 11:40 by submission with a guillotine choke. Of course, it was after interference from Amber Allen. Amber costing Laura the match, just the same way that Laura had Erin get involved at the last encounter between those two, costing Amber Allen the women's title there as well. But yeah, big victory. Massive victory there for Erin Gray. And I'm super happy for an 80 rated match out of these two. I thought 75 would be decent, so I mean that's a crazy rating. Erin's only like 52 popularity or 53 or whatever. Yeah, 53. Good stuff. The women's division is looking more and more positive, especially the signing of Nadia Snow as well. Alright, we then move into a 100 rated angle for the pre-main event, where we have Jackpot Jordan and Princeton Price. Of course, Jackpot kind of hyping up Princeton, says he wants him to do a decent job out there against the GOAT and try and injure him if he can. Just do whatever it takes. And, Jackpot will make it very worth Princeton's while for going out there and doing that. And yeah, I mean, they both work the crowd pretty well without a script to follow, so we're rolling in it, really. Unintended, of course. I mean, the fact that we got a 100 with Princeton Price in the angle, and potentially the match that he's going to have up next, not to mention the 99 that he had with Logan as well. Crazy stuff. Anyway, the main event, it does okay. It's 1 point away from what I would basically accept as, mediocre, well, at least average for our company. Get an 84, again, 85 is what I would like to see. But we do have Davis Wayne Newton defeating Princeton Price in 15:53 by submission with an STF. It seems a little bit low. Obviously, I should have... Yeah, we got lack of associated storylines, so my mistake in booking this one is I should have had Jackpot at ringside, and that would have made... I can't believe I didn't do that now. Looking back, it's so silly. Because it would have been like probably an 88 or an 89. And it makes sense because obviously the angle before Princeton and Jackpot were together, so it would only make sense, they're in the same stable. It would therefore be at ringside as well. A little bit of an oversight on my part, and that was how we got the 99 originally with him and Logan, so unfortunate. Anyway, we move on. Overall show rating, still pretty good. We get an 87. Is it going to be good enough to beat CWA? Probably not. Probably not. If the women are in the main event, we're going to struggle. So we'll take the 87, but that's kind of the bare minimum we need to be getting at this stage. A little bit nervous, because we're in national battles now, or area battles as they're called. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough, actually. So I'm going to take a quick sip of water here in a second. I'll take it in a minute, actually. So we've got Storm Spillane back. The viewing figures, 3.98 TV rating. So that's very close to that 4. I want to continually start to get over a 4 TV rating. I think that's pretty imperative at this point. And CWA at number 1. So yeah, they smashed us. And what do you know? They had the women in the main event, and one of them is now one of our workers. So there we go. Nadia only getting a 69. Interesting. I would have thought that would have been higher. Obviously, Brooks super over with 100 popularity, but that's a weird one. That's a weird one. Anyway, they got a 91 for their overall show rating, so fair play to them. They absolutely destroyed us this week. Not good. Not good. Anyway, I want to keep a close eye on USA. I think we've... did we gain a point of popularity already? Yeah, we did. We're up to 44 in Puerto Rico, and yeah, we're still 38 in Hawaii, but at least we gained a point in Puerto Rico. Oh, it's going to take so long. So long. I think we only need 71, though. Yeah. Luckily, it's not 77, even though it's only 6 points higher. But anyway. Alright, so with that said, I'm just going to advance to the next show, take a quick sip of water, and we'll get ready to book that second show in. Alright, we're back. What do we got? Pay rise request from Jay Silver. I mean, sure. I mean, he's down in developmental, so it really doesn't matter anyway. And there we go, Zippy Deverell, signed by CWA. Oh, and there it is. We almost missed it. Oh my god, can you imagine? Dude, I would have freaked out. I would have lost my mind. Whoa! Okay, they're at 217,000 basically. Okay, what is his popularity in Japan? Okay, that'd be why. He wasn't that popular like a few months ago though. Yes, he was. He's kind of always been that popular. Okay, never mind. Gonna be an expensive one, and he literally has 16 popularity across Canada, so we'll go I think we'll go an 8-year contract, so 41 years old. We'll try actually we might be able to get pretty low on the merch, now that I think about it. But they are giving him a bonus as well. We'll try 10% and we'll see where this leaves us. Alright, so 68,900. Alright, so he literally does have a better offer. So in that case, we're going to go to 220,000. Okay, there we go. That was pretty easy. There we go. I probably didn't even need to actually give him 5% of merchandise, to be honest. Alright, so with that said, we now need to really keep a close eye on things. I'm super lucky that Zippy Deverell, or actually, is it Jay Silver or Zippy Deverell? I think it was Jay Silver that actually stopped. Yeah, I think it was Jay Silver that stopped the multi-advance. Because without Jay Silver just then, we wouldn't have signed Casey Glenn. So I think with that said, I'm going to bring Jay Silver up to the main roster. All right, here comes the on-flow of offers for Casey. We got TCW. All the big companies are going to come in. TCW, EILL, CWA. Oh, no. We cannot let him go there. I'll check all the offers first, but yeah. CWA, Pride Glory, Oli, CZCW, BCG, obviously Burning Hammer. Wait, what? Oh, they dropped out. Oh my god, I almost had a heart attack just then. Or even EX 2010. I almost had a heart attack because I read that, and I was like, oh, he's just re-signed with Burning Hammer. But he hasn't. He hasn't. It's all good. Whew, okay. Alright, so they're up to, I mean, I think 300,000 will probably do it, to be honest. Let's see the rest of the offers, though. Yeah, I mean, not being considered, is being considered. Why is that being considered? CWA, man. I guess they need a new star to replace Aaron Knight, so they're really going to be on the lookout. That's a lot of money for them to be spending as well. On a guy that has... Like, let me show you his popularity. 13. 13 across Canada, and they're going to spend 260,000 a month. I know, obviously, skill-wise, one of the best in the entire world. Ooh, yeah. I mean, we're just going to go in, bump that to an 8, and we'll pretty much just go from there until we get the best offer. Really, we'll go by 5,000s, I think, because it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to get this negotiation at least set us apart. I'll just try 20% on top of that. Yeah, still not really affecting it too much. Chuck a cheeky 5 in there. 295, still not doing it, so we'll go 300k. I mean, 350 is kind of my... would like to be my limit, but obviously I'm kind of... At this stage, I'm pretty happy to pay whatever it takes. Because I know that we can obviously turn him into a massive star. I mean, just look at what we're already doing with Tommy Cornell. And I mean, Tommy's well and truly in time decline. So, you know, it's not a matter of his popularity right now. There we go. 320,000. Still might not be enough, though. Burning Hammer very well could still come back in. There's also Marcus English, so we'll have a look at him. I don't know if he is a wrestler or what he is, to be honest. He is a wrestler. Funny that his name is Marcus English, but he's an American wrestler. Very strange. If he was English, I would have brought him in and had him be in a stable with the Northern Lights, but I think we're just going to take a miss on him. We've got such a big roster. He is pretty good. He's actually in a tag team with Malik Chamberlain, which is pretty funny, but I think Malik is on he's on an exclusive written contract. Get out of that. That's from quite a few episodes ago. As you can tell, I haven't really been looking for anyone. Malik Chamberlain, yeah, PSW exclusive handshake. Does that mean I can just... Oh, I can just come in and sign him anyway. Oh, okay. I mean, do I really want to get him in? He was kind of an annoying person backstage, so probably not, eh? Alright, what do we got? What else have we got, I should say? Alright, so Missy's gone. She's left. So I can just sign her in straight away now. We'll go a 2-year contract, I think. Try and bump that down as low as possible. And it's really nice when they actually leave their companies, because what you can do is you don't have to pay them bonuses, which is very nice. You can really get stung with the bonuses. And again, we're just going to try and rip her off as much as possible. 25% of merchandise. We want all that merchandise money, baby. We want all of it. All of it. It's like with Casey Glenn. I mean, we're giving him 5%. The dude's probably going to have 100 popularity in the next 6 months. So, feel a little bit bad for him, but at the same time, too bad, so sad. All right. Advance 1 day. I really hope there's no more offers. I don't want to spend any more money. For Casey, 320 is a lot. A lot. I knew I was going to have to pay, but I didn't think it would be 320. I thought it might be like 160 or something like that. CWA! Oh my god. No way. And it's being considered. Is it because they're giving him 210,000? They're also giving him 55% of merchandise. Yeah, they're the only one that's being well, actually, they both are. I guess they both changed their deal? Okay, we're gonna have to go back in. Shall I just give him a 250,000 bonus? I mean, it seems pretty unnecessary, but will it sweeten the deal? No. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to do that then. Change that back to 0. And let's keep upping our price. It's going to be funny with the new series. I'm going to actually record, or I'm hopefully going to record one of the episodes after this one. And I'm not going to be able to do this type of stuff being the head booker of the company. So it's going to be... I'm looking forward to it because it really is going to be a challenge. And the challenge part is actually a name. Well, it's part of the name of the series as well. There we go. I mean, we only had to increase it by 10,000. So we're at 330 now. We'll take it. We'll take it. All right. Let's advance another day. I mean, obviously, this title of this episode is probably going to be something like "It's About Damn Time I Got Casey Glenn." Something like that. Hopefully I come up with something pretty creative, and hopefully we actually manage to sign the guy as well. Let me just double check. Yes, our offer is the only one he is seriously considering. It looks like we might have got our man. We might have got our man. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Oh, what a signing he'll actually be as well. I mean, Aaron Knight versus Casey Glenn. Logan Wolfsbane versus Casey Glenn. Davis versus Casey as well. Imagine that fatal four-way match right there as well. Insane. Of course, he needs to get more popularity, but who knows? By Warzone, if he has about 85 popularity, that might be our main event. A fatal four-way match between those guys for the Unified World title. Spoilers, but it very well could be that. And yeah, there's no more offers coming in, so it looks like we might have signed him. Let's jump into the next show. Take another sip of water real quick. Alright, I need to think of a main event. All this Casey Glenn stuff hasn't really let my mind run, really. Who's Derek Rogers? Pretty good talent. I mean, him and High Flying Hawaiian would actually be a really good tag team. Black Maple literally going after Original Sinner. They're like scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point. Although Sinner is still improving. He's up to 75 basics. That seems insane. Insane to me. Still only 44 psychology. Ooh, John Greed only got 1 month left. I was actually going to put him into the Hall of Fame. But I wanted that first one to be, I wanted the first one to be Angry Gilmore, but he hasn't actually retired yet, so. Yeah. I don't know what we do about John Greed there. He was a pretty important part of, the stables that we grew into. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Anyway, let's just book the show. Alright, what do we got? Backstage incident. Lucinda Lush helping create a fun and relaxed atmosphere backstage. Karaoke machine. Who's missing? Just our boy Diaz. Alright, we are going to Hamilton for tonight's show. Let's book the main event. Now, easiest way for us to book a main event, when I don't have any clear idea of what I want to do, is to just throw 2 storylines together. Let's have Aaron Knight in a match. And let's throw... I don't know, actually. I don't know who else we could actually put in this one. Obviously, Faith versus Logan, we could put, like, go big time with it. But, yeah, I mean, we still haven't really developed the Faith versus Wolfsbane storyline. He hasn't actually accepted the challenge. So I guess what we could do instead is maybe... I don't know, actually. You know what we will do? Let's have Aaron Knight versus somebody. Doesn't really matter who. Actually, you know who we can do? Let's go Brett. Brett Kyle. That's a match. Obviously part of Next Gen, part of David Stone's stable. 16 minutes scripted. Slow built. Aaron can carry him. I know that for a fact. And Brett's pretty damn good as well. His own right. And what we'll do, what I should have done last time, let's actually have David be at ringside. So it'll advance our storyline. A solid main event. Working pretty perfectly, if I say so myself. And what we'll do is actually have Aaron speak onto David for the match. Like so. And we'll see if he can actually get 100 by himself. If it was David holding him back last week, or if it was actually he who held David back. Anyway, we need to do a tag team match for the Aristocrats. They can verse... Who can they verse? Maybe the Bandits? They just gained a lot of popularity, though. I don't really want them to sort of beat it. Maybe the Northern Lights. That makes sense. Aristocrats. There we go. That's fine. We'll give the win to Spencer there as well. I'm pretty sure it can be called. Decisive. Nice. Give them an angle as well. So we need Spencer and James. There we go. Double entertainment. Double success. I feel like that's a pretty important angle if we're going to try and get them over as well. I like it. Alright, we need to establish the Tommy Cornell Giant Brody storyline. It's kind of wondering how I establish that. I'd simply just do a Tommy Cornell match against somebody and then have interference by Brody. It's a simple, effective way, really. I guess we can have Graham Gorman, because it kind of makes sense that he would be wanting to get involved, because him and Graham are like big brother. Oh my god. Big brother, little brother. He's up to 86 popularity. What is David Stone at? Still at 89, correct? He was 89 before, or was he 90? He was 89. So Tommy just gained like 4 points of popularity? Yeah, 4 points of popularity. He was at 82. Wow. Big win. Did I exit out of that? I did. So we need Graham and Tommy. How did that get rid of it again? Did I just exit that again? I don't know what just happened then. I guess I just exited out of it once again. No idea. Okay. For the third time. There we go. Save. There we go. Alright, this should actually be a really good match. Ooh. do I want it to cost Tommy the match? That is the question. I don't think I do. I mean, if I was going to do that, then I would potentially put him against Jack Jackson. Do that instead. So Jackson versus Cornell. Jack Jackson to get the victory. We're going to keep Tommy strong. Open, cold, tainted, interference onto Tommy by Giant Brody. Okay, that seems a little bit better, especially establishing this storyline as well. Should I put the Canadian title on the line? I think I will. Why not? At this point, why not? Just another nice little title defense there for Jack Jackson. So I guess with that, we want to. Do I go Jackson angle? Maybe a Brody angle. Yeah, we'll kick things off with an actual angle between Tommy or between Brody onto Tommy. Maybe we'll label this. Let's go Giant Brody wants Tommy Cornell to come to the ring to face him man to man. Yeah, it works. It's like a macho thing. You know, who's the tougher guy? Obviously, Giant Brody sees Tommy Cornell as the toughest guy and one of the tough guys in the business. And Tommy's got a title shot that I guess is deserved because he's skyrocketed in popularity recently. So in some weird way, it makes sense. Up next, let's go like this. I want to go the Golden Goats taking on, I was going to say the Moneymakers, but let's go for Princeton again, and he can team up with Stevie P. All about them P's. And yeah, we'll give Davis another win. What is Princeton's popularity? I need to look at that. That's 75. It's pretty good. I mean, considering it's sort of, well, it came back in October. What did we do in October? Was that that wasn't the 99. I don't think that was the 99, but he gained 1 point at least. Probably from the angle last week. Anyway, I guess we'll definitely go Davis then. I was thinking maybe we can go Princeton to pin Zeus, but nah, no way. And I guess to actually help this match out as well, let's go Jackpot at ringside, which is exactly what I should have done last week, but there we go. And I guess we can go maybe Davis onto Jackpot this week. He can be off screen. It makes more sense for him to be off screen. There we go. Unified World Title storyline. Nice. All right. Women's match. I want to have an Erin Gray match. She can pretty much verse anybody, really. Might go for Amy St. James. Have we done this match already on TV? I don't think we have. She almost did it. She gained 6 points from that last week. 1 point away from the 7 that I wanted. Insane. Okay. That's filled me with a lot of confidence, really, about the booking of that. So I'm happy. We just want to give Erin Gray the victory here, just to again continue pushing the envelope and the momentum for her. She is our sort of up and comer that we're really trying to push into that main event level scene, along with Nadia Snow, Laura, and Amber. There we go. We'll give her an angle. I think she can actually be in an angle with Amber Allen. Double entertainment for these two. And it'll kind of be like Aaron maybe apologizing a little bit to Amber. Kind of like maybe hinting at a bit of a face turn for Aaron Gray. I like it. And then we'll finish off with one more match. What else can we do? Let's go the Texas Express taking on the Amazing Bandits. And then we can work the crowd with this one as well. Fine, it'll be a non-title match. We'll give Turk Treneman the victory, work the crowd, and it should hopefully just be a good match. Of course, they're the current tag team champions, so it makes sense that they would beat sort of the Amazing Bandits, the newest team on the block. Cool. All right, we need a storytelling match as well, which can probably just be the women here. Nice and easy. Honestly, that looks like a pretty good show as well. I'm happy with that. And I have a good feeling about this main event as well. Alright, so pre-show. Let's have the Griffin family take on the Rock City Stars. This time we'll give Robbie Griffin the victory there. Pre-show, Quincy. We'll go at another women's match. Let's go for Duplicate and Joella. Bring both those girls up, and then we'll go them against Deborah and Selena, I think. Although we do have Laura and stuff. Maybe it'll be smarter to use Laura. Did suffer a loss. Let's go Laura and Selena taking on Joella and Duplicate. Lots of redheads in this match. Very interesting. Okay, that one's pretty good as well. And then we'll finish off with a 6-man tag on the pre-show. Just want to try and get some people on there. Let's go for David Stone, Angry Gilmore, and Chip Martin. Actually, not Chip. We'll go for Taylor instead. And they can take on High Flying. High Flying, Willie LaRue, and I mean, it really doesn't even matter. Matt Hocking, there we go. We'll keep it at 10. Winner, David Stone, just to get his momentum back a little bit as well after that loss last week. Yeah, we still can't call it because of Taylor. A little bit unfortunate, but hopefully this match will actually help him out and get him up to on the verge of going up to 59 popularity as well. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's run with that. Start the show. We start off with a 62 rated women's tag match where we have Laura Flame and Selena Svelte defeating Joella Leon and Duplicate in 11:37 when Laura Flame pinned Joella with an LHK. I haven't seen that finisher yet from Laura. The LHK. Whatever it is, sounds pretty cool. Anyway, obviously Laura head and shoulders above everybody else, although she was really off her game, and so was Joella Leon. So both of them a little bit inconsistent there on the pre-show. We then move into a 73 rated tag team match where we have the Griffin family defeating the Rock City Stars, of course the Forgotten Men. I think they're former tag team champions as well. They defeat them in 12:27 when Robbie Griffin pinned Stan Manor with a flying fist drop. Like I said last episode, hopefully that's not a 5-knuckle shuffle. And again, Griffins both having a tag team specialist together as well. Very good. And the final pre-show match getting us an 80 rating. We We have Next Gen defeating High Flying Hawaiian, Willie LaRue, and Matt Hocking in 9:34, when David Stone pinned Willie LaRue with a stone cutter. It's a really good match on the pre-show there. Probably should have put that on the main show. Anyway, we move on. We open the show with a 72 rated tag team match. And can you believe it? Toshiaka and Sumiyuki have excellent chemistry teaming together. That is insane. They're already a tag team with 100 experience, and they have excellent chemistry teaming together. I mean, these boys, they might be future tag team champions. I'm just putting it out there. Very impressive display. They have 20 popularity each. We have the Texas Express defeating the Amazing Bandits in 10:23 when Turk Treneman pinned Sumiyuki Samura with a spinebuster. Obviously, Cooper Christie carrying the match, standing out. And yeah, Samura getting better at his gimmick as well. That is insane. The positive chemistry there as well. Right. Alright, we then go into the women's angle here. We get a 69 rated angle for this one. Not the best in the world. I was hoping for above 70. But we have Erin Gray thanking Amber Allen for her interference last week. And, you know, she apologizes for taking part in the involvement of her losing her last title match. She kind of says that, you know, Doc Hammond and Laura Flame they more or less gave her no real option as to what she could actually do. So she had to get involved. She had to cost Amber the title, and she was hoping that it would lead to better things in her career. But obviously, Doc kind of screwed her over in that respect. And now she has a victory over Laura Flame, thanks to Amber Allen. Amber kind of takes it with a grain of salt. She accepts the apology, but she doesn't really look like she's going to be Erin Gray's friend anytime soon. All right, we then go into a women's match with Erin Gray. Gets a 64 for us, so it's pretty good actually. That's starting to come up to where it needs to be in regards to Erin Gray. But again, it's using a girl like Amy St. James, who's pretty far down the women's card at the moment. We do have Erin Gray defeating Amy St. James in 12:28 by submission with a guillotine choke. Pretty good match. We'll move on. It's kind of like the mid-card versus maybe a lower mid-card in regards to the actual women's division. All right, we then go into a 100 rated angle from the GOAT, Davis Wayne Newton, of course, cutting a promo onto Jackpot Jordan. Basically says that, you know, it's in the GOAT's destiny to once again become the world champion. He's been a champion before, 3-time champion. Believe it or not, the GOAT has held the belt 3 times, and he wants to get his hands on it once again. Why he won the Fatal 4-Way match, became the #1 contender. He's impressed by Jackpot. You know, very impressed. He remembers when Jackpot was a tag team champion, and never really thought that he would maybe get to the level of being the world champion one day. So, says he respects him. Maybe he doesn't respect everything about him, but respects where he is now and the most of the journey that he took to get there. Whoa. Okay. Unexpected. We get a 96 rated tag team match here. We have the Golden Goats defeating Princeton Price and Stephen Parker in 12:11. We had the GOAT Davis Wayne Newton submitting Stevie P with an STF. Yeah, Davis getting a 100 in-ring performance. I mean, Princeton got himself an 81, so that's pretty impressive as well. But a 96 with 2 guys in time decline as well. Both Zeus and Steven, both in time decline. That's very impressive. I mean, he's the GOAT for a reason, though. The greatest of all time, Davis Wayne Newton. Anyway, we then go into a 91 rated angle. Very impressive angle as well, actually, for Brody. And yeah, he wants Tommy Cornell. He wants Tommy Cornell to come to the ring, essentially to face him man to man. He's issuing a challenge to see who is the better man. It's kind of like an ego thing, shall we say, for Giant Brody. His ego is getting the better of him, and he thinks that he can take on the legendary Tommy Cornell. It's a 91. Like I said, very good. All right, the next match we get an 81 rating for. We have Jack Jackson defeating Tommy Cornell in 10:07 by pinfall with an implant DDT, following interference from Giant Brody. We have Jack Jackson making defense number 4 of the CWC Canadian title. So yeah, Brody getting involved, really maybe sticking it right to Tommy Cornell. Like, he issued the challenge, perhaps before in the angle, but he wanted to make sure that Tommy is on notice for what is about to come at the pay-per-view. And obviously, this is going to fire Tommy up and really get him involved in that pay-per-view match. Yeah, overall, really good stuff. 81 for Tommy. 67 for Jack's, a little bit low. But hopefully his popularity will go up with a win over Tommy Cornell. It's kind of how highly I rate Jack Jackson, to be honest. We also have Tommy Cornell getting better at his gimmick. So, positives all round. Kept Tommy strong as well. So we should be alright. Alright, we then go into a 67 rated angle for the Aristocrats. Pretty simple, pretty easy. They basically say they're looking to become the tag team champions. And they're all better than you. And, you know it. The old MJF quote. And, yeah, they're looking very snobbish, very la-di-da, and really just probably getting under everyone's skin as real arrogant, pretentious heels. And, I mean, I would say it's working. 67's pretty good. Both of them improvising well without scripts as well. So positive. Their tag team match getting us a 72 rating as well, where we have the Aristocrats defeating the Northern Lights in 11:37 when Spencer submitted Riddick Jordan with an elevated Boston Crab. We have Spencer Edmund carrying the match in terms of in-ring performance. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, 51 from Riddick, 51 from James, and a solid 70 in-ring from Spencer Edmund. So he's doing well. Alrighty, we then go into a 99 rated angle this time from Aaron Knight, the megastar himself. And he was superb working without a script, so I don't know. I don't know if it was him or David, but that last angle on the previous show, a little bit underwhelming per se. But anyway, we've got Aaron Knight here, basically just saying that he doesn't really understand why, David Stone took any real offense to him coming out last week. He thought that the fans needed to see that CWC had signed the megastar of Canadian wrestling. So we're going to run with the megastar gimmick for Aaron Knight. I mean, he is basically a megastar in Canada. So there we go. 99's really good. And the main event, hopefully a 99 or a 100. I know I'm very optimistic, but we'll see what happens. Okay, it's not that good. Interesting. Maybe because it's a new storyline. That might be the reason why. But it's still acceptable. We get an 87 rated main event. I'm very happy with that. It's okay. I just maybe expected it to be better than it is. He also has zero momentum, which is going to play a pretty big part in what's going on as well. It should be said. He'll obviously get white hot momentum down the line a little bit. So once that happens, his matches will get an extra bonus on top of that. Same thing with the storyline. But yeah, we have Aaron Knight defeating Brett Kyle in 16-12 by pinfall with a Nightfall. And yeah, what more can be said? 87 rated, 94 in-ring there from Aaron. Yeah, Brett doing okay, only a 62, but it was more the Aaron Knight show trying to carry up Brett Kyle. All right, let's finish the show. We get a 91 rated show. Very good stuff, obviously. Looking back on it, probably should have put the Golden Goats versus Princeton and Stevie P as the main event with that 96. and potentially would have even put the overall show rating even higher than that. But it's still a 91. Still going to be hard to beat the CWA, so that's a positive. And we also increase our popularity in 54 regions. So that's every region but Quebec and Ontario, obviously. So yeah, good stuff. And I think overall this has been it's been a pretty good episode. At least we've introduced the storylines for this month. Haven't really done anything with Aldous being out, so once he actually comes back, I know we can still use him for angles. But maybe even next episode, I don't know. All right, so there's Missy Masterson coming in as well. And we're still waiting. We are still waiting for Casey Glenn. But we did actually get over the 4 TV rating. We get a 4.05, just under 4 million viewers there as well overall. But we did break 3 million for our broadcaster, I think. Hopefully. Anyway, I don't know. Doesn't matter. But yeah, it looks like we actually won the national battle. Yes, we did. See, that's the effect, I guess, of them no longer having Aaron Knight, to be honest. They went with a triple threat main event, Jack DeColt defeating Ricky DeColt and Kamikaze to retain the television title. Pretty average, only an 84. I guess it's the same as our main event rating last week, so fair play. But then they probably should have just used the women in the main event, because they had Brooke Tyler and Alina America defeating Legion of Death, which is Claire and Lauren. And as you can see, it's a 93 rated match. Would have been a lot better as their main event. If I was them, I would just run with the women every single main event. They pretty much need to sort of compete with us at the moment, because we've actually done so much in terms of, I guess, good work in trying to improve the popularity of most of our main event talent. So yeah, very happy with that. What about US Pro? Ooh, they actually tied us. And once again, they actually went with their women in the main event. Although this triple threat was actually better. Still, that's a good show. Tiffany J defeating Alicia Strong as well. Yeah, but luckily for us, I think we actually beat them, because as you can see, we're number 2 and they're number 3 for the articles. So I think we might have just beat them out in regards to the better show. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for the episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, make sure you smash a like on the video. I know most of you have done it already, but please, it does help the algorithm find more people when they search for TEW and stuff like that. So do that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, guys. And leave some feedback in the comments down below. Apart from that, as always, take it easy and goodbye.